Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Rugged Rundown. And what we're going to talk about today is how much should you spend on a rugged laptop? And I got a few of them here. Of course, semi-rugged, fully rugged, but how much should you spend to get the job done? And I'm going to point out a couple of things. I guess the first thing you need to figure out is what kind of environment will you be using these laptops in? The laptop is a tool. And if you are in a cold, dirty, grimy environment, let's say, for example, you are an auto mechanic and you're going to be greasy, it's going to be greasy, vibration, there'll be heat, you may drop it, that sort of thing. This is information you need to know. If you were an auto mechanic, you'd want a fully rugged laptop. The other thing you need to look at is it going to get wet? Am I going to be in the rain? Maybe I need more protection. Maybe I need an IP rating high, the highest IP rating they have. This is what you need to know. The second thing you're going to want to look at is what is the recommended software specifications. In other words, your software that you're going to be using has recommended specifications that the laptop should have. Like, do you need 16 gigs, 32 gigs, or do you just need 8 gigs? How much hard drive space do you need? Those are important questions. And that will dictate which type of unit you're going to want to get. Screen resolution is another big question. You know, does your software require a higher resolution screen, or can you get by with just a standard screen? All those questions will play into how much you'll end up needing to spend on one of these laptops. So after you've figured out these two avenues, you know, what type of environment, how you're going to be using it, and then what is the recommended specifications, what kind of ports do I need? That's another one. Do you need a serial port? Do you need an HDMI port? All those are important things that you need to ask yourself whenever picking out one of these laptops. So let's say there comes a point where price versus value, right? There's this point where you can spend $5,000 on a rugged laptop. Do you need a $5,000 laptop? Now, I'll guarantee you that $5,000 brand new laptop will be very cool, but do you really need it? Maybe you need a refurb that is closer to $1,000. So depending on your specs, there will come this point where anything else that you get in addition to what you're looking for by going, you know, if you only need 16 gigs of RAM and yet you put 64 gig in there, now it's price versus value. I mean, how far do you go? I suggest that you simply get what you need. That way, in the future, if you need to upgrade, you always have that option on the laptops that you're buying. So if you need 16 gigs of RAM, you would buy something that can handle 32 gigs. And then later on down the road, if you ended up needing 32 gigs because they upgraded the software, you can just pop in some memory. Those upgrade options will also determine the price as well as, you know, how much value does that have for you. So you'll find this sweet spot, I should say, that the price and what you're using it for are perfect. But I hope I've explained that correctly, and I hope this helps you decide how much to spend. But that's all I got for you this week. Leave your comments down below. Any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I monitor the comments all the time. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.